It's a brand new day and a brand new week, to get on with your responsibilities. Welcome to the conversation on TOSTV Network, your digital first Pan-African news network. My name is Ade Suwalsi, and moving straight into the conversation for today, we're going to be talking about something that's quite topical. So a lot of Nigerians have raised concern as to how politics in the country only favors the elite, and that was brought back to the fore last week when the All Progressive Congress, declared that the prize for presidential nomination form is 100 million naira, and I think before that the PDP had put theirs at 50 million naira, and that a lot of persons have said, look, do we have to spend so much money, to run politics in Nigeria? And that's what we're going to be looking at on the conversation today. Can Nigeria ever be rid of money politics? And to join me in having that conversation is Lupa Anaka, a politician, an aspirant of the Benue State House of Assembly. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Adishwa.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Now, let's get straight into it. When you heard that, the All Progressive Congress and as well as the PDP, put their price or cost for nomination form at 50 and 100 million naira, what was your reaction?
Well, it was very devastating, but as expected, it represents the kind of people that belong to the political party, that's the All Progressive Congress, because pegging their prices of nomination forms that high clearly shows that they do not have the interest of Nigeria and Nigerians at heart, because what they have done there clearly shows that they don't care. It is not for, I think when they fix the price, they're trying to wave off a lot of people. And it would only show to us that it is only corrupt people who can afford such forms. If you take the presidential form at 100 million naira, who would purchase a form for 100 million naira? And you see, it's just the form. It's just a nomination form.
Yeah.
You still have campaigns to do. You have, for a presidential elections, you have 36 states, 774 local governments to do your campaigns. You've not talked of your media, your publicity, your billboards, and with what they have done there in APC, that means if you do not have maybe 500 million naira or 1 billion naira, you can't even contest for president.
Yeah.
And what are we looking at? If somebody spends that kind of money vying for a political office, by the time you get into office, what would you be looking at? Maybe just try to say you can recoup what you've spent so far.
Yeah.
And so the cost at which they have pegged their nomination forms only breeds more corruption.
Yes, I know that a lot of times we've said that Nigeria, we've pegged Nigeria's corruption issues, and especially in the political sphere, on money politics. But can politics actually be effectively played or carried out without money?
Well, it's very difficult to run politics in Nigeria without money, whether in the APC or any other political party, because when you're in a major party, you once you get a nomination, the party takes over the campaign or supports or sponsors you to your seat. But when you don't belong to either of the 2 or 3 major political parties in Nigeria, after you get your nomination, you still have to go about the major general campaigns by yourself. So it's very exhausting. Yeah. And in Nigeria here, without money, you can't run politics. Even if you want to solicit for funds from your friends and family, you will still have to have some little money by yourself, which you can use to jumpstart. And when you decide to go by the natural way of godfatherism, depends on the kind of godfather you have. Because if it's a godfather who is looking at it as an investment, he puts you there and then he's controlling you, then nothing good or nothing meaningful will come out of your time in office there. Yeah. So most times it's much more ideal when the people push you or sponsor you to that position, because by then you have been supported by the people, and when you get in there, you're there to serve them, and they are your godfathers. The people are your godfathers. So it is what you have the interest of the people at heart. It is what they want you to do that you do while you're in office. So politics in Nigeria requires a lot of money.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a personal question. I do know that you are an aspirant of the Benue State House of Assembly. You're looking, to get into the House in 2023. What has been your experience so far in relation with, money politics that we're talking about on the show this morning?
Well, first of all, we have to go through the primaries. And for my political party, primaries is a delegate election. And when you're out there, you see how to canvass and talk to people, lobby. Even you're moving around, logistics, moving around, making your posters, trying to create awareness amongst delegates. It still requires that we are still required to have funds to be able to move around. And when you see in Nigeria, we've not gotten to the level where everybody is 100% driven by what you say. No matter how beautiful or how sound your agitations are, or what your manifesto is. When the people come together, when you talk to them, you still have to demobilize them or give them a token or something.
Yeah.
And at the delegate election, it's just maybe by the grace of God that maybe sometimes you get to win without money.
Okay.
But when the people come there, maybe they're expecting that they have come to meet an aspirant, someone who is contesting for elections. And you see, this is a template that has been set by the older generation, because they have made it look this way. When I'm going into office, I give you money, you vote for me. When I get into office, you stay your way. And when I come for my next election, I give you money, you give me your vote, and go your way. And that is how the people have been made to look at it. It is going to take a while to change the system. So whenever the people come to where an aspirant is talking, or where they have to do elections or a delegate election, they have that in their mind that, okay, by the time the person wins the election, we might not see him again. So this is the only opportunity that we have to get what we'll take our own share or whatever it is. So it's very difficult. No matter how much we preach or try to see how we can change the narrative, it's still very difficult for us. But we are making headways, and so far I think it's going to be a little bit different this year, because people are tired. People are looking for something different. And I think in my own case, people see me that way.
Okay.
We've been involved in a lot of projects, community projects that have helped to speak well of my aspirations.
Okay.
So it is not just about money, but it's about my personality and what I have done for the people, and what more I intend to do.
Okay, but let me ask you the big question. Do you think Nigeria can ever be rid of money politics so far, looking at what it has been so far, and then in projection into the future? Do you think we can ever be rid of money politics?
Sorry, please come again.
Do you think Nigeria can ever be rid of money politics? Can we get to that stage where we run election without having to spend so much on it?
Well, we will get to that level. But how soon, I don't know. But we'll definitely get to that level.
Okay, but if we're going to get there, what do you think? What should be put in place to ensure that we actually, get there, whether soon or not?
When we start having elected officers or officials that go out there and are doing the needful. You see, there's a lot of joblessness in the country, a lot of unemployed people. So at times, people who are doing politics, who are involved in politics, it's a career for them. That is what they do. Maybe the ward ESCOs, the local government ESCOs, most of them don't even have any other thing they do outside politics. So when it's an era for elections, it is their season, and so they try to see how they can make the most of it. But by the time we start having elected officers or officials that go in there, you bring about development, create jobs for the people, build more industries, and people are engaged. It's very difficult for them to monetize politics. It becomes, you will even see them contributing to make sure that the right person gets into office. But when you don't have the right people in office, it's always about come, you give out money, get your votes, and you go. It will continue like this. But I believe now the people are already beginning to be aware of what is going on, and they want to change the narratives. They're beginning to look at credibility instead of money or big names.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with me on the conversation this morning. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much, Adesha. Pleasure being on with you.
Thank you. And thank you for staying with me up until this time on the conversation. And as I always say, you can be a part of the conversation. Just join us across all social media platforms. It's TOSTV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The channel to subscribe to on YouTube is TOSTV Network. And you can stream our website, www.tostvnetwork.com, for news, stories, and happenings from across the world. Thank you again for joining me. My name is Adesu. I'll see you tomorrow.